Hey everybody, this is Jordan Rudess and I'm here with GeoShred today and I want to show you how to play the blues. GeoShred has a great feature of a diatonic keyboard enabling you to riff through some amazing things, in this case the blues scale, with very little musical experience. So let's take a look at it. For those of you who have GeoShred Pro, it's number 164, patch number 164. It's called Shred House Blues, and in GeoShred Play, it's actually number 2. So let's dive in. So here's the playing surface, and you can see the layout. So all the notes on the screen are part of the B-flat blues scale. And what's really cool is that you have in orange the root note. So that is the root base of the scale. So when you first turn on the patch, let's just go to the initial setting, it's going to be in what we call the guitar mode. And that basically means that when you slide your finger, it's going to be like on a fretboard where it kind of snaps to the next note instead of sliding like on a fretless instrument. It's a really quick way to play amazing scales if you just go. So one of the great things about GeoShred is even though it's basically snapping to the different notes, when you stop on a note, what makes you sound like a real pro is to be able to give a little bit of vibrato or a shake to the note. So what I do is I will play along and slide around. Then when I stop, give vibrato. It's a great little tip right there because it'll make you sound like a pro in no time. So let's check out where the backing track is actually found. In this patch, play track will be found on the top right here, and when you hit it, it starts the backing track. Then you can simply play on top of it. So to play effective blues, we're going to try some different techniques. One is to go left to right. One is to do small circles like this. Large circles. And to remember to stop when you land on a note. And if you do it on a strong beat, it sounds really cool. And do vibrato when you land. So like. So if we start the backing track by hitting play track, we can try some of those techniques. So here we go. Land, vibrato, left to right, land, vibrato, small circles, large circles, and we get ready to land. Trills, back and forth. Now be aware, I've only used one finger in this case. It doesn't take advanced keyboard technique. I'm sliding, I'm doing circles, all by putting one finger down on the playing surface. So you can play very effective blues that way and impress your friends and have a lot of fun. The next thing I want to show you is the slide mode. So we learned that in guitar mode, when you slide left to right, it basically snaps from note to note and isn't sliding like on a fretless instrument. But one of the things GeoShred does amazingly is can sound and behave like a fretless instrument. So if I start on a note and move now from left to right, it's completely fretless. So one of the beautiful things about this is when my finger lands on any note, it's going to be completely in tune. And when I slide and move to another note and stop, that note will be in tune as well, kind of like this. I'm starting on B flat, I'll slide up an octave. Then I can add my vibrato. And what's really fun is that there's a little green line that is in the vertical that will show you where that note is in terms of its pitch. So when you slide and stop, you'll see the green line will go right to the middle when you stop, and it means it's perfectly in tune. So as long as you play a new note, it'll always be in tune. Slide and stop, it'll be in tune again. So between the guitar mode and the slide mode, you got a lot of magic happening. The ability to have definite notes or to do these slides. The other thing that I use a lot is the little expression pad here, which is really, really cool. If you take your finger and you move from the middle to one of the sides, it'll give you the ability to have real feedback. So if I play a couple of notes and hold my finger there, it starts to feed back. And then I like to flip the whammy bar, which is a great motion to learn, is if you're holding a note, you want to flip this. Just take your finger and do that and get feedback by pushing this into the corner. And much like a guitar, when you shake your finger on a guitar string and you're holding a note, it gives the note more energy. Well, GeoShred does the same thing. So when you give the note more energy and you push the expression pad from the center to the side, you're going to get feedback. So you can really work the note, kind of milk it. There we go. It's really feeding back now, and I can use the whammy. Get it, shake it, so you'll hear it starts to fade away. But if you catch it and push to the side and shake your finger, it'll come back, which is amazing. So let's hit the play button. Let's start in guitar mode and see some of that in action. Okay. Here we go. We'll start the guitar mode, so we're snapping from note to note. And stopping on a strong beat so you can hear it holding, there's vibrato there. And then and stop on a strong beat again. Now I'll use the expression pad to get feedback. Flip the whammy. Now I'll go into slide mode. And so far I've been using one finger for all of this. I'll do some circles. Here's the root in orange, and I can circle around the root. And now I'll use multiple fingers. I also like to use two fingers and like play some fourths, like that's an interval of a fourth, and if I add feedback to that, it sounds really cool. Back to slide mode. Feedback to get it to sustain. Flip the whammy. Kind of like that. When we created GeoShred, we wanted to create an instrument that professional musicians would be blown away with, and we wanted it to have features that would just allow them to make high-level music and do whatever they wanted. But we also wanted to create an instrument that people who want to make music that are not musicians could enjoy the art of making music and just have a lot of fun. So GeoShred will allow you to just dive right in, play the blues, check out the backing tracks, and just have a great time shredding on GeoShred.